What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Casper's Kicks once again. Appreciate y'all for stopping in and checking out the channel as always. So I have a sneak review for y'all today, and honestly I feel like I may get a little slack on my decision on liking this shoe when y'all see what it is. There's been a lot of people that don't like this shoe for various reasons, one of them being because the shoe is so bright. And I got the shoe in today, and honestly I was like, the shoe actually is not that bad in person. So if you have not checked out the title yet, I have with me the Jordan 1 Visionaires. Yes, the bright green Jordan 1s that recently came out. Of course, they've had different names, the construction worker ones. Yeah, people just have not been a huge fan of these. So we're going to talk about this shoe, get into a review over it. But as always, appreciate y'all for stopping in. But let's go and jump into this review over the Air Jordan 1 Visionaire. Alright, so jumping into the Visionaire 1. Now, I ended up actually copying these off of the DTLR app, which I was pleasantly surprised I was able to cop. It wasn't too difficult, and honestly it might have been just because of the shoe that I was going for. It's not a hype shoe like that, but I ended up going on the app. I think I was like a minute late getting on the app, but I went in and got the size, checked out within the minute. So it was a fairly seamless process with the DTLR app. I'd honestly be curious to see on like a bigger release, like a more hype release, how well the app will perform if they're going to continue to do app releases like they did with the Visionaire 1. Now, they have not released on sneakers, and I don't think they will. From my understanding, this was supposed to be a neighborhood drop similar to the Rebellionaire ones. So how that shoe did, I don't think the Rebellionaires ever dropped on sneakers, but these did not drop on sneakers. I don't know if they ever will drop on sneakers, but with it being a neighborhood drop, they only released in certain areas, even though a lot of they still released in a good amount of places. So I really don't know. I tried to do some research on it, but I really couldn't find anything. So if you know anything about the neighborhood drop stuff, let me know in the comments. So moving to the box. So you do have, it's a lot going on. So this is like the Rebellionaire box. So you do have that white box with the green Nike branding on it. And then you do have that writing along the box as well. And let me see, I think it's the same writing or similar writing to what was on the Rebellionaire ones, but I can't find a good spot in here to read it. But if you know what the writing says, just let me know. But moving to the label reads Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG. The colorway is Volt Black and Sail. This is a size 10.5, and retail price on these is $170. Sizing, when it comes to these, they do fit true to size. I always just get my normal size in Jordan 1. Sometimes I can go up half a size, but it does leave a little bit of extra space in the shoe. But for the most part, I just go to true to size with my Jordan 1s. So jumping to the inside of the box, you do have the paper. It's just this only paper. And it does have the writing that's on the box as well. And let me see if I can read the writing that's on here. I see they can't stop you from something. I think that is what the paper says. I think it's similar, if not the same, to the Rebellionaire ones, but I just can't remember what the Rebellionaire ones had said off the top of my head either. But let's go ahead and jump into the shoe. So this is the Jordan 1 Visionaire. Give you all that quick 360. Now, honestly, I know one of the things that people complained about was how bright the Volt was, and getting the shoe in hand, like, the color is bright, like that Volt is a very bright color, but the shoe itself isn't, like, the color doesn't like scream a loud color to me, if that makes sense. Like, it's a bright color, but not I don't know if that makes sense 100%, but it's not a vibrant color like that. Now, these do have the Chicago color blocking, so you have the green on the toe box and then on the back of the shoe as well. So it's an interesting shoe, I'm not going to lie. Materials on here are a little bit different than the normal materials that we get with a Jordan 1, but I will talk about that in just a second. So starting with the outsole, you do have an all black outsole. That is a normal Jordan 1 outsole that comes with these. And then moving up to the midsole, you do have that all white midsole. And that all white does wrap around the entire shoe. So get back here. Alright, now moving to the upper, of course, like I mentioned, you have that Chicago style color blocking. So you have the mixture of green and white. So starting with the toe box, you do have that green, so that Volt green toe box. And I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but the material on where the Volt green is that cracked leather, and that has just been another material that people have been indifferent on lately. Some people like the cracked leather, some people don't. Honestly, it's not on this one. It's not that big of a deal. I think you can really almost barely tell that it is that kind of cracked leather with these compared to other shoes that have more, like you can tell more that there does have that cracked leather. Now moving to the toe box, you do have that white toe box. And I believe it's that same cracked leather that's around the toe box as well. Now continuing on towards the swoosh, so you do have a black Nike swoosh. And that's on both sides of the shoe. And then you do see the black Wings logo there. And then you have the black piece around the ankle. And it is that cracked leather as well around the ankle. So the entire shoe has that cracked leather on it. And honestly, I think that this is how the reimagined ones is going to be with all of the cracked leather on it. So we're just going to have to get used to having that cracked leather. Now you do see the green on the back of the shoe as well. See it on the ankle and behind. And then of course you do have the white paneling behind the black Nike swoosh. And that white paneling is on both sides of the shoe. Now these do come with black laces, and they have an additional white lace with them as well. I think me personally, I would just stick with the black laces in these. And then moving to the tongue, you do have a sail tongue. And then the tongue tag reads Nike Air. And it's a green tongue tag with the white Nike Air written out. See, and like looking at this, the green on the tongue tag is almost a little bit brighter than the actual Volt green on the shoe. So like this right here, like if the shoe was this color, this light of a green, then I would probably not like it as much because that's really bright. But you know, this one is a little more dulled down compared to what's on the tongue tag. So that's I guess that's the best way to explain. It's bright, but it's not bright. Now moving to the interior of the shoe, these do have a cardboard shoe tree. If I could get them out, which is the normal shoe tree that we get with Jordan 1s. There's nothing special with this one. And then on the interior of the shoe, you do have a black sock liner, and then you have a Volt green insole with black Nike Air written out. So that is the inside of the shoe. So that is the Jordan 1 Visionaire. Let me go ahead and show you the other shoe as well. No differences in the two. This one does have an extra tag on there. So give you that quick 360. Resale prices on these isn't too high at all. So if you're interested in them, I will go ahead and cop a pair now. I think the highest I saw was they were sitting around 200. So like I mentioned, if you're interested in a pair, I would just go ahead and cop. I think I'm gonna try to get a personal pair of these. Like when I had bought them with the intention of not keeping them because I didn't think I would like them. But actually getting them in hand, I'm actually not opposed to keeping these. So I may try to actually find a personal pair if I can get my hands on it. Now, the other thing I do want to talk about, so this is not the first Jordan 1 that has the Volt green colorway on here. So last year we actually had the Air Jordan 1 Volt, which was the black toe version. Or not black toe version, but this was a black toe, and then you had the Volt on the back of the shoe. Now for me, like I have a personal pair of these, but the thing that kind of threw me off with these, I did like the black toe, was the two colors on here. So you have the Volt green, and then you have this like dandelion yellow. And to me, it's like, do these two colors actually go together? I really don't know. Like in my opinion, no, they don't. But I did like this shoe last year. Now, if I had to compare the two, like if I was picking between this one and then I was picking between this one, I honestly would heavily lean towards the Visionaire. I'm not even gonna lie. And I think it's just because it's an all over solid color. You have that green, white, and black. Whereas this one, you just kind of have colors that do they go together? Do they not? Yeah. So I don't know. Let me know. Would y'all pick the Volt ones that came out last year, or would y'all pick the Visionaire ones that came out this year? But as always, I do appreciate y'all for stopping in. Like I said, retail price on these was $170. They fit true to size. So if you get whatever size you normally wear in Jordan 1s, stick with that size unless you just want to go half size up. But I would just stick with my true to size. That is what I did, or that's what I will do if I can get them in my size. But as always, I do appreciate y'all for stopping in. Let me know how y'all feel about these. Is the must cop pass? Do you like them? Is the green just too much for you? Let me know how y'all feel about them. As always, I do appreciate y'all for stopping in. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you can stay up to date when I post new content. I said they completely out of order, so I just threw my mind in a loop. But hope y'all have a great rest of the week. If I guess a great weekend too, because I'm posting this on a Friday. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.